Hey, what's up everybody? It's Rutech. Today I'll be talking about the top 3 best $600 gaming laptops that you can get in February of 2022. Now, I will be 100% honest with you guys. If your budget is $600, given how pricing of gaming laptops usually goes, you aren't going to find a laptop with a dedicated graphics card. But the good news is, it is 2022. There's an abundance of different AMD processor laptops that come with phenomenal integrated graphics that are fully capable of running modern lower demanding games at 1080p. Some examples being Fortnite, League, Valorant, CSGO, Rocket League, Overwatch, and so many more. However, you should not expect to be able to run games like Warzone or Apex at 1080p, as unfortunately you simply can't run games like that with $600 laptops. You'll need a budget of at least $800 for that, and luckily for you, I have just the video, so switch over to that if that's what you're looking for. So let's get started talking about these laptops, but first, let me tell you about Lustre. So in this video, I'm giving my own recommendation for laptops at a specific price, but perhaps you have a different, smaller or bigger budget, or you're looking for something with different specific features and want a more personalized recommendation from a highly trustworthy source. Well, there's this new and upcoming free shopping tool called Lustre. It's a free Chrome extension that gives you exactly that. Not only does it find and analyze trusted expert reviews, but it also brings up discussion forums mentioning products like on Reddit or video reviews on YouTube. This makes it quick and easy to get a second opinion as you're shopping right on Amazon. Not only that, but it even provides personalized product recommendations for your exact budget with price comparisons across different retailers like Best Buy, Walmart, Amazon, etc., so that you can always get the lowest price. It will also display price history and sales so that you can save even more money. The whole point is you're going to be saving a lot of time and money using Lustre. Link for the free Chrome extension is in my description. Alright, so these laptops are in no particular order. However, I will mention which laptop I feel has the best value towards the end of the video. Okay, so in the number 3 slot is the Lenovo Ideapad 3, a relatively new laptop that came out in late 2021. If you've seen some of my laptop videos before, you would know that Lenovo usually has some fantastic specs for the price. So let's take a look at how this laptop holds up for around $600. Starting with the CPU, we're looking at a Ryzen 5 5500U processor. This is a truly fantastic AMD CPU and GPU bundle, and let me tell you why. As for the CPU side of things, it has 6 cores, 12 threads with hyperthreading, a base clock of 2.1 GHz and boost clock of 4.0 GHz. That's already very impressive, and it's a truly versatile and capable hexa-core CPU, but the true secret weapon of the 5500U is its integrated graphics. The 5500U comes with a Vega 7 graphics, which is seriously some powerful stuff given it comes at such a low cost with no competition that's even good enough to compare. To make things a little more simple in terms of how strong the Vega 7 is, I'd say it gives you just about the same performance as an RX 550, around there. That means basically all lower demanding games like Fortnite, Valorant, Rocket League, etc. can run at 60 frames and above consistently, and more demanding games such as Rainbow Six, GTA 5, or Apex Legends, games that have that sort of performance demand, can run at 900 or 720p with lower graphics settings. Now let's move on to some other specs. As for RAM, we're looking at 12 gigabytes clocked at 2666 megahertz, which is 100% more than enough for most modern games, let alone lower demanding ones at that. 12 gigabytes also will of course be a ton for things like multitasking and your typical day-to-day usage, even if that means having a ton of Chrome tabs open. And for storage, you have a really nice, comfy 512 gigabytes of NVMe storage. Not only is half a terabyte a perfect amount for gaming, media, and software storage, but it's NVMe SSD storage, so it's super fast. Now, what about the thing you'll be looking at the whole time, the display? Well, this laptop rocks a 1080p resolution 15.6 inch screen with an IPS panel. IPS panel basically means you'll be getting very accurate, vibrant color reproduction. It's also 300 nits, so it is decently bright. And as for the overall design, it's really nice in my opinion. It's very simple, easy on the eyes, and comes in a really pretty abyss blue color, as they call it. And lastly, ports. There's one USB-C, one USB 3.0, one USB 2.0, and one HDMI out. It is pretty unfortunate that there is no Ethernet port, so you will need an adapter to have a wired online gaming experience. Moving on to the number 2 laptop, we have the Acer Aspire 5 Slim. This guy came out a little earlier. It launched in early 2019, so it will have some older components. However, it is still a very solid option, as you'll find out. For the CPU, it has the Ryzen 7 3700U. Now, this may be a Ryzen 7, and it probably would be easy to think that this Ryzen 7 is faster than the previous laptops Ryzen 5, but that's actually not entirely true. This is a previous generation Ryzen 7 processor. Moving on, how about the gaming capability? The 3700U also comes with integrated graphics, more specifically Vega 10. And you're most likely asking, how does this integrated graphics of this chip compare to the last laptops? It is very similar performance, however, this Vega 7 is a slight downgrade. You will still be able to play all of the low demanding games that I mentioned, like Fort, Valorant, Rocket League. Just know that you will be getting a few more frames using Vega 7. Now, how about storage and RAM? For memory, it has 8 GB of DDR4. 8 GB should work just fine as long as you're not doing a million different things at once. The PC will start to hiccup if you decide to have a game along with a few Chrome tabs open, for example, but on the very bright side, this laptop does support upgrading the RAM, so if you ever want a little boost in performance and multitasking ability, you can do that with this PC. As for storage, there's 512 GB of NVMe SSD storage, which, as I said, is really the perfect amount for someone who does some low demanding gaming, has a decent bit of software, and wants to store media files. Now let's look at the display. Very similar to the last laptop, the resolution is 1080p with the size of 15.6 inches, and the panel is IPS, which will give you those nice vibrant colors. And as for the overall design, well, I can't say I'm the biggest fan. Now, of course, regardless of how this device looks, it gets the job done performance-wise, but it's still always nice to have a good-looking machine. Lastly, ports, there's one USB 3.1, two USB 2.0s, an Ethernet port, really nice, and one HDMI out. And lastly, an HP laptop, the HP 15. This, just like the first laptop, is pretty new as it launched in late 2021. It has a good bunch of similarities when compared to the Lenovo Ideapad, but also a few differences that really make you wonder what's going to benefit you more between the two laptops. All right, so let's start with the CPU. This laptop has the Ryzen 5 5500U processor, which means 6 cores, 12 threads, base clock of 2.1, and boost clock of 4 GHz. As I have mentioned before, this is a very strong and capable processor, which will support heavy and light loads alike with ease. And it comes with Vega 7 graphics, which will be a 1080p machine for a good heap of lower demanding games, being Fortnite, Valorant, League of Legends, Rocket League, and many more, and can run some higher demanding games if you drop all the graphic settings and resolution to 900 or 720p. Now for RAM, this PC has 16 GB, which is really impressive. I'm actually really surprised to see a full 16 GB of memory in a machine in this price range. Now, because this laptop has 16 GB of 2666 MHz RAM and the Vega 7 graphics, compared to the first laptop, which has the same GPU but less memory, this HP laptop will give you the absolute best gaming performance of the three laptops, even though it's by a very small amount. However, there are a few things I haven't gone over just yet with this laptop. Now for storage, there's actually only 256 GB of memory. I would not say 256 is a good amount unless you like to keep your drive like super clean. Software, media, and games will absolutely take up the 256 GB of storage really quickly. Now on the bright side of things, you can upgrade the storage with an M2 SSD, but obviously that will cost you extra. As for the display, it's a 1080p IPS panel, 15.6 inch screen with a brightness of 250 nits, which is 50 nits darker than the Lenovo laptop. So just something to keep in mind there. So how about the design of this laptop? I'm actually kind of split on this one. On the one end, it has a really nice exterior. I love how the entire outside part of the chassis is this really nice dark blue. Now the inside part of the laptop, when it's opened up, not so much of a fan. Plastic with the stainless steel look, it's kind of gross. I just wish they'd get rid of that brushed stainless steel look. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty nice, decent design, not terrible, but could definitely be better. Now, how about ports? There's one USB-C, two USB 3.0s, one HDMI out, and one SD card reader. No Ethernet port though, could be a deal breaker if you're a gamer. If you want to have a true wired online gaming experience, you'll definitely need an adapter. So those are the three absolute best $600 laptops for gaming. Ryzen integrated graphics has come a long way. If it was not for the incredible integrated graphics of these chips, I wouldn't even be advertising these videos as best gaming laptops for $600. So which Ryzen laptop has the best bang for your buck? Which is the best deal? It really is a tough decision. It definitely is down to the first and last laptops I talked about. I'm honestly going to have to go with the Lenovo Ideapad 3, and let me tell you why. Now, although this only has 12 GB of RAM versus the HP 15, which has 16, the gaming performance difference is really small. 4 GB less of RAM isn't really a deal breaker. I ultimately made this decision based on two main things, being that the Lenovo has 512 GB of storage and a much brighter display. But if I'm being honest, both the HP 15 and Lenovo Ideapad 3 are truly incredible laptops that will give you just about identical gaming performance, and you should base your choice off of which fits your needs better. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Have any comments or questions, drop a comment below. And if you enjoy the content you're seeing, drop a sub. Thanks for watching. Peace out.